Good morning, everyone. Uh, on the screen, you can see all of documents. Yes, in more detail, you can read what I say or what I teach in our online class today. I mean, in terms of how to find information sources and how to evaluate information resources for your assignment one, literature, a small scale literature review. And so, but I will show some kind of example uh, from this document. Uh, at the same time, I, I will, talking about some points that appear in my PowerPoint slides and have some group activities to talking about how to use AI in terms of, finding information sources or information resources on the internet to wake you up. Okay, here it is. And you can find the scenarios I use in our group activity or classroom activities today from, my course wheel, from our my course wheel. And you can share your opinions with your classmates. There's no right or wrong. Yeah, it's about some kinds of research ethics anyway. So yeah, that's no wrong. I think it's a good chance to show your opinion, and I can get or understand what my students think about AI use or finding information sources and information resources for literature review. Yeah, it's a good chance for me as well, right? To know your views about AI use. There's no right or wrong or no legal issues at all. Okay. So just let me know a little bit to thumbs up by thumbs yours up. That's all of the document and the activities on my course view today.โอเคครับ Natasha thank you so much. Okay, have a look at our PowerPoint presentation first. But for more detail, you can read, uh, you know, the full text about uh, finding and evaluating information sources. Okay.โอเคครับ talking back about my assignment first instruction. So I assign you to find at least 5 research articles for writing your small scale literature review in the topics that you fancy or you are interested in, some areas of study or, some kind of your study. And yeah, have a look. I will show you how we can look or choose some information sources and make a decision that this there's have a quality enough for you to use in your literature review, and how to be critical or become a critical readers, and check and balance all of information sources or information resources that you get from the internet. Yes. So from our instructions, so no need to to go to the library physically, right? But anyways, you can browse and download and keep all of information you find into Zotero citation management software, right? As you just learned 2 weeks ago. Ah, have a look first. The literature that you review, right? But I mean, for this class, we focus only journal article, right? It's okay. It's okay. But for books or other literature, it's just, factoid for you. Just, yeah, good to know. So have a look. Have a look at book script first. I say there's two types of books that you can find from library catalogs or library system. First is author books. We can identify who are books authors. Sometimes there are many authors in one book. And the second one could be chapters in edited books. In humanities and social science, sometimes they prefer publish their own research articles in edited books rather than journals. Yeah. So sometimes this is a type of books that you always see from humanities or social scientists. And I would say a major disadvantage of books could be it takes such a long time before you can read books, because uh, authors and publishers spend maybe at least 1 year or 2 years to prepare the manuscripts of books or textbook. And sometimes it's the knowledge that you get is not up to date now. But in terms of use of theories, mentioned about conceptual framework, some kinds of theory comparison, I think the book's still valuable for you to use on literature review, right? In terms of theory, if you want to use, if you need theory, right, to support finds, but quite not up to date. But sometimes they revise the contents of books with I mean edition, first edition, second edition, revised edition, but still take time before they publish books and sell in the book market. The second one could be journal articles. Yeah. 2 weeks ago, I mentioned about CU reference database. You still remember that? If you still remember, just smile with your icon, please. Just let me know that you still remember. See you. โอเคครับขอบคุณครับ See you left databases. Yes. JuฬาCentral Library just subscribe, I would say, core or key databases in different disciplines or in different fields of studies for you. So yeah, just use it as you pay for the tuition fees to universities. There's two keywords or two types of journals. Answer the chat box first. There's are two types of journals. First, peer-reviewed journals. I mean, yeah, to mention you again about peer-reviewed journals. As a article authors, you don't know who are your reviewer, right? But the reviewers come from the same fields of your study. That's why we call peer. Peer means friends. But we don't know who are your reviewers. So but peer review or peer reviewing process can guarantee the quality of research articles that you found in any databases. Yes. And another one, I hope when you graduate from the bachelor degrees and you work in some sectors, right, in industrial sectors or educational sectors, you can find professional journals that they always publish case studies, best practices or good practices, or even work-related research that you can find from professional journals, right? So if you want to see new theory or new findings, please use peer-reviewed journals in terms of academic, right? But if you are in practice or you are professional practices, sometimes you need professional journals that more practical than academic journals. So it depends on you to use or apply these two types of journal articles in your life or in your working life. And the last one we call gray literature. 50 shades of gray, right? Gray literature, it means all of these things not in the academic world. Sometimes we questions or we are suspicious about. Okay, thank you. About how good or how bad they are in terms of publication process. Some there's no peer reviewers, friends from your in the same sector, right, of yours, and some be questions about how right or wrong or manipulated content or manipulated or fabricated data that they use. So be careful when you use gray literature. But I don't deny that all of types of gray literatures deserve to be, used or researched by you. It's a good, sometimes a good start, and it's good, maybe help you to locate other literature that you need. At first, we have conference or symposium proceedings. Again, I mentioned this 2 weeks ago. You can find national conference or international conference of bachelor's student or bachelor's degree that you can, make an oral presentations or publish your research article there. And they have proceedings after the conference finish. But they don't sell, right? And you say sell or commercially published. That's why we call conference or symposium proceeding as a gray literature. Yeah, we call gray literature. If let me use analogy. If we use black, it means unpublished, right? Or hidden from the public, hide from the public. But if we call white color, it means you publish and you sell and everyone knows. You make it public. But for gray literature, some they publicize and some they don't do that. It's very hard to find, right? That we call gray literature. And another one, yes, dissertation and thesis. If you want to see, say that, let me type something. If you want to see example of lit review writing, please have a look at dissertation or thesis, because chapter 2 of each dissertation or each thesis, no matter master or PhD, they have literature review chapters. So if you want to see example of literature review writing, yeah, you can't miss of this type of literature. And the next one could be, newspaper and periodical articles. I will say this is not a good word. I prefer to use magazine. So if you still, struggle in finding your research topic for your assignment 1, small scale literature review, you still struggle about that kinds of this task. So maybe newspaper and magazines article could be a good choice for you to looking what kind of conspiracy or controversy or any kinds of, argument topics, any talk issues, hot topics or hot issues about, humanities and social science or the society in the big picture, right? So you can find, what they are talking about in society. Newspaper and magazine article could be a good one for you, but not suitable for reviewing the literature. But it's good as a starting point because you want to find topic that's so attractive and very good to, in terms of touching the audience interest on, wow. Sometimes the audience says, oh, that's very interesting topic that we're talking about sometimes. So newspaper could be a good sources of information, one of good sources of information. And next, website, right? Website. Okay, thank you for checking your attendance. Website. So be careful again, because we don't know exactly who or whose website come from. Some suggest you to notice that could be, their URL could be have a, .org, .or, .gov, right? Sometimes, but be careful in terms of, .net. .io. If contents from government's website, sometimes you can use it when you mention about the background of your research, government policy or public policy that affect issues or affect aspect that you want to research. Right? For example, when you're talking about, education for handicap, sometimes you have to look at the, legal websites or, court or the policy, government policy talking about how they develop education for handicap or disabled people. Yes, could be reliable sources of information that you can find. Blog and vlogs, video logs. Sometimes, me too. Sometimes you challenge yourself to choose or to find new topics for your research, but it's very hard to understand some jargons, some technical terms, because we are new to this field. We are a newcomer, right? In this field, sometimes blogs and vlogs, sometimes video logs could be a good starting point. Like a Wikipedia, right? To give you some kind of background. But don't rely on these kinds of blogs and vlogs when you review the literature. Why? Because sometimes we cannot separate facts and opinions of blog creators or vlogs creators, right? Sometimes they always comment or criticize something from their own opinions. But don't get me wrong, when you try to make understanding of something new to you, blogs and vlogs could be okay. And sometimes when you want to buy some products or services or any kind of games or new apps, right? Sometimes bloggers or vloggers, they will, how to, how to travel in something, in new places. That's good. Just, hands-on experience, right? But in terms of academic way, be careful, because again, we cannot separate, or we cannot, it's very hard to identify between facts and their opinions. Sometimes you can get biased easily in terms of, when you consume blogs or vlogs. And social media. The social media, again, just like YouTube, Twitter, in terms of trends, it's okay. If you want to find some topics that the society, generally speaking, what they look for, and there's new trends, right? Social media could be again starting point. And finally, research reports. The research reports sometimes they come from, scholars, researchers, they publish after they finish research project. Looks like you, when you finish your small scale literature, sometimes we treat that kind of literature review assignment as a research report. So if you ask me directly what kind of literature that's suitable for you when doing an academic research, I will say books, journal articles, conference, symposium proceeding, research report, right? Some, yeah. If you want to see good example of writing, right? Dissertation and thesis could be a very good one. And when you want to see what the society expect or talking about in the new trend, yes, could be, newspaper, blog, vlog, or social medias. But for the website, yes, we can claim that all website, yeah, books, journal articles, conference proceeding, you can get them directly from websites, right? So this could be, not good or bad about websites, but it's very convenient to get access all of information you need. So you get the ideas how to choose types of literature to use when you do, your own academic research, you write a literature review, right? So you get the idea now. Just reply to me or respond to me that you understand types of literature now.โอเคครับขอบคุณครับโอเคครับ thank you so much thank you so much okay when you luckily when you find the information or journal articles you want from any databases from CU reference databases or from internet, I got the criteria for you to judge the quality of sources that you get. There's two main ways of judging quality. First, is the source a primary source or a secondary source? The second one is its peer review. I mean, review or evaluated by colleagues or by friends in the same sector of yours. Yeah, it would be the peer review. When you when you look at when you watch TV programs like singing contests, cooking contests, Master Chef, yeah, they all have judges to evaluate the quality of yours, right, of your performance. That's a very good example that you can see how to judge the quality of anything in everyday life. Yes, we use peer reviewer or peer reviewing process. Me too. Even I'm a senior lecturer. Yeah, I'm an associate professor. I'm senior enough, old enough in terms of, I mean, in academic world. But what every journal articles I publish, I always be criticized by peer reviewer. Some is a harsh comments. Me too. Yeah, sometimes I have overconfidence, right, with my age or with my qualification, and someone if some negative comments or negative feedbacks, and I get angry or sometimes. But if you think about this is the process of quality control, it could be it's okay, right? In terms of singing contest, and or the voice, and you sing quality, I mean, you sing in a good way, very good. You can put, or you can give the all of the quality to the audience, but the judges criticize you, how good or how bad of your voice, right? But you know in terms of competitions, or in terms of in the business world as well, that we need to be evaluated or judged by our colleagues or reviewers in the same sector. It's good to try. Sometimes it's very good challenge for you. Mhm. And I should, 15 minutes. I should stop this slide presentation first and show you the documents that you can find from our My Course View. They give a very good examples of primary sources, secondary sources. That's very good. So you have to read by yourself, right, on our My Course View. Let me share you. Can you see my screen at the moment? Just thumbs up. ขอบคุณครับ ขอบคุณครับ Thanks for your thumbs. Thanks for your reaction. So have a look, because these documents explain very good about a variety of primary sources that you can find for your evidence, or you can use primary sources as evidence in your literature review. Just have a look. Primary sources can be artifacts or documents that come directly from the period or event you are studying. Yes, original sources, right? Primary sources could be famous people's letters, right? Celebrities' diaries, objects, maps, or even clothing. They are all primary sources. Or manuscripts or original work of Shakespeare's, right? Or any very well-known writers. It should be primary sources. And they say, oh yeah, work of art, Mona Lisa painting, sculptures in the artist world. And in social science, we have some kind of sensors. Yeah. In Thai สัมมโนประชากร census or survey data about population or about Thai citizens income, right? Very low at the moment, but yeah, this is primary sources, and we can get primary sources from research article or research report. Why? Because they have the data obtained through interviews, fieldwork, or even in science lab, right? Experiment or reports of original research. All of these things are primary sources. Primary sources. And if you read or you just remind you about, our assignment 1 instruction, I suggest you to use, research article, at least 5 items. So they come from primary sources, right? In terms of survey data, interviews, experiments, or research reports. Yeah. But in humanities or even, in BALAK program, sometimes you need to use artifacts or documents that come or happens in the period or even that you are studying. Yes, yes. Yeah, sometimes. So how about secondary sources? Oh, I love this definition, right? Secondary sources for learning from other researchers. Learning from the others. Yes, that's good definition. I love this definition. Primary sources is about, original. Yes, it's about originality. This original sources that we call primary sources. But for secondary sources, we use it when we learn from the others or from other researchers that we call, books, articles. I mean, academic articles. Don't get me wrong. It's I have to make some notes first. Okay, academic articles without empirical data or evidence. I mean, the articles that they show in secondary sources example, they mention only academic articles. The articles that without empirical data or evidence. Empirical data means the data you collect from interview, questionnaire, surveys, and experiments, right? That's primary sources. But for the secondary sources are books, academic articles, some we call, actually similar to your assignment, right? We have a review article. What really happened in 10 years of digital humanities, for example. What really happens in a decade of, digital literacy, something like that. Yeah, this is just only review article. They didn't give you any kind of empirical data or empirical evidence. Right? But they write on, primary sources. Yeah, they rely on primary sources and for scholarly or professional evidence as well. So this is a secondary sources. I love this example again. The best secondary sources are books from reputable university presses, right? And have been peer reviewed. When we talking about English studies, English teaching, English learning, yes, could be Cambridge or Oxford University Press, right? Or even humanity or social science in general. Yes, we're talking about books from reputable or famous university presses. So this is a good examples of secondary sources. Again, all of secondary sources just for learn from the others. Ah. You can read it later. There's uh, you know, clarifications of secondary sources used. And, if you new to any topic, wanna challenge challenge uh, some some areas, challenge areas that you just begin or you just start, you just begin. Sorry. Tertiary sources for introductory overviews. Yes, could be the good one. Yeah, the good sources for you to try. And tertiary sources are books and articles that synthesize secondary sources for general readers, like encyclopedias, Wikipedia, magazine. Yes, yes. Psychology Today. I used to read it. Yeah, Psychology Today. Even HBR, right? Harvard Business Review. Sometimes it's a tertiary sources for you because you can use tertiary sources to get a broad overview of your topic. Yeah, a broad overview. So you can find the topics that you really fancy to do a research in this assignment. So you can start from these kinds of tertiary sources. Yeah. If you cite tertiary sources in the scholarly argument, you will mark yourself as an outsider or a beginner. Yeah, novice. And many readers won't take you or your argument seriously, right? Because it's a broad overview. So if you know there are three types of information sources, primary, secondary, or tertiary sources, so it's your own decision, just when and why, right? What, when, and why you choose or you use three types of information sources in your research. Yeah. This is in more detail. I mean, they explain better than my PowerPoint slides, so you can read it later. I just pick up some interesting points and clarify something to you. That's it. Okay. Our first break still to come. So, any questions about information sources or gray literature, that whatever. So, any queries that you got, or you want me to answer something to our classroom มีไหมครับอืมโอเค just to make sure no one left behind attendance list โอเคครับ so we have a short break for 5 minutes and get back at 10:35ครับ โอเคครับ get back to our second session and just to check off your understanding of information sources that we can use in our literature review. Got something wrong with my computer mouse. Yeah, we can do it together. It's a quiz, multiple choice quiz. Right? Test your understanding of literature review and information sources that we use when doing our literature review. Number one, a literature review is best described as a list of relevant articles and other published material you have read about your topic, describing the content of each source. B, an internet search for articles describing research relevant to your topic, criticizing the methodology and reliability of the findings. Or C, a literature review is an evaluative overview of what is known about a topic based on published research and theoretical accounts, which serves as a basis for future research or policy decision. Or D, an essay looking at the theoretical background to your research study. What do you think? Type your answer on our chat box. Now, A, B, C, or D? Just type in chat box. Okay,ครับ C. Yes. Thank you so much for your reply. Next question. Choose the best answer. A literature review is A, conducted after you have decided upon your research questions. B, helps in the formulation of your research aim and research question. Or C, is the last thing to be written in your research report. Or D, is not part of a research proposal. Yes, let's type your answer in the chat box now. Most of you choose A. The correct answer is B. B. A little bit. B. Sorry, could be a big research project. Sometimes literature review, or when we read literature, to formulate our research objectives and research questions. It's for big research project. Sorry about that. Yeah, but we can use, tertiary sources when you make a decision on your research question. I mean, like research backgrounds, research context, that could be okay. Yeah, but for this answer is, fit into a big research project. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Sorry about that. Maybe make you confused, right? But many researchers, they conduct a literature review just for, just for formulating research objectives and research questions. Yes, in the big picture. Never mind. Number 3, choose the best answer. Which is the most reliable source of information for your literature review? A, a TV documentary. B, a newspaper article. C, a peer-reviewed research article. Or D, a relevant chapter from a textbook. Please answer. Okay. Oh, yeah, you answer quickly. ครับ C. Yeah. Good job. Good job. Thank you, ครับ Yeah. Here we come to question 4. Choose the best answer. Critical analysis mean. Sometimes when when you do a critical literature review, sometimes it's not. Oh yeah, let me explain this a little bit. Sorry, it's a little bit complicated. A little bit. Oh. Yes. Sometimes we call for your assignment, we call narrative literature review. You narrate all of the literature. Sometimes you compose or you write your literature review based on time, right? On timeline, on based on content. So you pick up something, you get rid of something, and you try to create a story, right? Based on your literature review. And we call this type of literature review as a narrative. Yes. But for this question, let me explain first. But for this question, they're talking about critical analysis. That's, my mouse got trouble. Oh, goodness me. I got some trouble in my computer mouse. Yes, some they have a critical review. Yes, to read it critically, try to criticize some is good, some is bad, some, yeah, in more details. And another literature review they call, I think you have heard this before, systematic review. In medical science or in health science, they have a systematic review to review all of the findings of medical cases and generate the policy, something like that. There's a difference, right? So for critical review, it's not just narration or the narrative. It's just, criticize something. Oh, should be better if you blah, 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 right? So this is a serious thing for, researcher to do a critical literature review. Sorry. Try to solve the problem now. I think I should, turn off my camera first. That's not. Okay. Sorry. It'd be better now. So according to my explanation, what do you think? Choose the best answer. Critical analysis means just have a guess. A, subjecting the literature to a process of interrogation in order to assess the relevance, authenticity, and reliability of literature together with the summarizing of common thematic areas of discussion. B, an evaluation of past research being critical of the methodology used and describing how your methodology will be an improvement. C, an analysis of the theoretical approach, showing how they are no longer valid according to our current state of knowledge. Or D, dog, looking at the way articles are structured, pointing out logical inconsistencies. So just have a guess what is critical analysis. But for your assignment, no need to do a critical analysis, right? Don't get me wrong. Any answer? Okay. So when you guess A or B, right? A or B, A or B. Good strategy. Good strat. Good tactics. A or B. Okay, Crab, thank you. Is it A or B? Got some trouble with my mouse again. Okay. So A or B? So any ones can, yes, some answer B, some A or B. Based on our experience, the longest choice could be the best one, right? A, the longest choice. The longest answer could be the best one. ครับ A. The last question. Yes. Which is not a reason for accurate referencing in your literature review. Reference means cite, CITE cite, CITE cite, or APA style, right? Maybe they have an in-text citation. Do you remember that? And, references at the end of your research, at the end of your articles. So which is not a reason for accurate referencing in your literature review. Okay. Oh yeah, your friends already answered. A, let me read it out loud first. A, accurate referencing is needed so that tutors can follow up your sources and check that you have reported them accurately. B, boy, accurate referencing is needed so that researchers who read your work are alert to source that might be helpful for them. C, referencing shows that you go to the library when not in lectures. D, accurate referencing is required because it is an academic convention. It's not a reason. So the answer is okay. C, right? Okay, that's very explicit answer. Explicitly true answer, right? C ครับ Thank you so much for your, participation. Okay, ครับ Okay, let me give you sources that you can read it later. Just cite CITE, just cite the sources that I use to test your understanding about literature review and information sources. Just a little bit of that thing. And stop share for a while. Now we move to, PowerPoint slide. The PowerPoint slide. Here we go. Okay. Aircraft. Stop subtitle. So get back to our presentation slide. And as you can see, again, primary sources are straight from the horse's mouth. Original, right? Such as a research report written by the person or people who did the research. A secondary source, such as textbook, has reported on somebody else. Yes, research. Primary sources are usually thought to be more trustworthy than secondary sources. Though secondary sources may give a good overview, right? That's why when I don't know, you already experienced about your term papers last term or not. That's why you get a low grades, because sometimes when you did your term paper and you use secondary sources instead of primary sources sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes, I say sometimes. Let me explain you more about peer review. A peer-reviewed journal is one where experts in the field, in the same sector that you study or the same field that you work, have examined the piece of work to see if it is worthy of publication in the journal. Me too. I sometimes fail or feel nervous and even feel angry when I get rejected of the publication. Yes, this is a process of peer review. You can say it in your work, in you know in 2 years or in the next 3 years in the future, right? When your boss, but your boss is not peer review, right? Yeah. Or your employer is not peer review. And the second one, peer review is generally thought to be the best guarantee. I would say one of the best guarantee of a source's word value, right? However, it's not infallible. Yeah, sometimes don't get low motivated when you have a bad negative from the others. It's treated like feedback that make you grow, make you more mature in your working life or in your study life sometimes. Yes. But when you get rated by your by your lecturers or by your teachers, sometimes not peer review. Don't get me wrong, not peer review. It's only a solo or a solo researcher or solo instructor who rate your work, not peer review anymore. Yeah, sometimes we need few reviewers, yes, 2 or 3 reviewers, yes, who rate or who will evaluate your work anonymously. Yes. Okay, have a look. Being critical. Being critical. Ask yourself, right? First, what is the status of the output? Peer review, primary or secondary? Just let you know that many times the papers or research article that you read, sometimes it's just a pilot study. It's just a pilot study. Let me, it's just, oh, Sometimes it's just a pilot study, or we call preliminary prelim report. They just want to taste methodology, test their research methods, test their data collection tools, test their questionnaire, test their interview guide. So be careful when you read research articles. Sometimes ask yourself that what kind of the status of the output. They already have peer review, or they have or they are part of primary sources or secondary sources. The second, are there any vested interests at play reviewed by funder? For example, there are some controversial issues, right? It's good or bad to use mobile phone. It's good or bad to eat eggs or yolks or anything else. Yeah, it depends on, funders, organization that provide funds or provide money to researchers. Yeah, sometimes they can, control the findings of research. Sometimes. Number 3, ask yourself, my different methods for collecting data or analyzing findings have yield different results. So next week we have public holidays, Makabusha, right? Yeah, just smile. but when we come to, we come back to the holidays, we should learn research designs. Yes, and you can get get better understanding about, research methods. Number 3, number 3. Research methods, yes, we will learn it later after the public holidays. Okay. Number 4, what sources of information are the writers or researcher themselves draw upon? Is there evidence of balance? Yes. That's number 4 is very important as well in terms of how to be critical. For example, in your assignment or in your work, right? A small scale literature, you want to compare, number 4, right? You want to compare good or bad of, Zoom learning or long distance education, right? How to use technology for education to replace on-site classroom. Sometimes you have to balance yourself with the data or primary resources or research article you use, pros and cons, right? So number 4, try to reduce your bias, right? So, yeah, 2 weeks ago, I mentioned that we can't deny the researcher's standing point. Yes, I say yes, but we can't deny our standing point, but we can balance information sources or information resources that we use in terms of we balance pro and cons, we balance positive and negative that mention about, long distance education or how to use IT to replace on-site classroom, something like that. So don't emphasize, one side or over the others. Sometimes it's not good as a research approach. Number 5, has the writer been on a thought merry-go-round, looking only at high quality papers, that cite each other and ignoring research of different types or dissenting voices or unorthodox views is a little bit long, right? Anyway, don't, I would say, look only high quality paper and cite each other. Yeah. I will say it's alternative, right? There's a alternative or optional facts or optional findings, right? To again, it's similar to number 4, right? Because you try to balance different views or balance two sides of views sometimes. So the even you think it's a high quality paper, but sometimes try to find another way of thinking, another way of research data presentation, right? To balance your standing point or to make you look neutral. Say that, yeah. Some. Pointer. Can't see my picture. Get, please don't get me wrong. I just bring you to a summary now at the moment. Um, to summarize of information sources that you can use for your literature review, first, there are many sources on which a literature review can draw, from articles to books. Unfortunately, in our coursework, I just, assign you to use research articles from CU reference databases, books to conference proceeding to website and many others, almost anything that is recorded in any form. Yes, you can see all of them are online. The quality of sources varies enormously. Some are well-grounded and trustworthy, others may be unreliable. So that's why I suggest you to use, reference databases because it's more reliable. Yes, compared with general website that you find on the internet or even social media, right? Yeah, I can't deny that some you can get documents or research article from social media, right? But ask yourself about the status of the research output could be that's official or not, right? So be careful. Third, primary sources where researchers have drawn directly from their own work are usually more reliable than secondary sources such as textbook, where authors have drawn from the work of the others. So yes, you can, develop or produce your literature review from primary sources. Yeah, research articles, right, in our assignment. Peer review, the process of researchers' work being reviewed by other researchers. Do you remember tier 1, tier 2, golden medal, bronze, or silver medal? If you remember that, just give me a smile icon. Yes, that shows the quality of journal. Do you remember? Golden medal, tier 1, tier 2. Please smile at me with the icon a little bit, if you remember that. I mean, Taizhou, right? We have a Taizhou system, and in Taizhou, they divide the quality of journals into, golden medals, silver medals, and bronze medals. โอเคครับ thank you ครับ thank you. Be careful about conflicts of interest, such as the potential introduced by research funding. Yeah, as a big company, a big factories, or any kinds of rich stakeholders, they can fund that kind of research and disguise you or mislead your research findings sometimes. Citation count. Okay, I will skip this first for the next 2 weeks. It's important to approach the literature with a critical disposition. Okay, try to be critical, try to be more critical. Try to be wide-ranging in your literature appraisal. Okay, triangulation a little bit, CC, right? Triangulation, balance information sources. Yeah. Looking at an issue from different points of view and using different methods. Yes. So when you report me your progress, right? Do you remember the outline of your literature review? When you send me an outline and I look at references, I will say potential references that you try to use. Again, look at different points of view of the authors, and even different research methods that they use, data collection that they use differently. Yeah, try to balance all of possible, pros and cons, good or bad, or, different views, or balancing points of view. Same time. We summarize, the summary of information sources and information resources that we use. We can have a second break for now and meet you again at 11:20. So you can see the link I give you on our chat box, Zoom chat box. Zoom chat box. They have a comparisons of AI search tools that can help you to search information you need or search research article you want quickly. Right. For my concern, I think you should know about, uh, export file. Do you remember Zotero or EndNote? The records that you save or you export or import, they support file format like this: BibTeX, CSV, right? Excel or RIS. I mean, file format that support citation manager software or citation management software like Zotero, EndNote, Mendeley, blah, blah, blah. They, have a CSV, RIS, or BibTeX file, right? So thinking about file that you import or you export from other databases. And I give you a link because some of you, can use AI search tools to find research articles. Yes, for our assignment 1. And for me, to be honest, I use Semantic Scholar for me. How about you? I use I use Semantic Scholar. I use Litmap for me. Yeah, and look at the rating score and what they can do for you. Right? Yeah, Semantic Scholars or finding additional articles. I use 2 of them. So how about you? Just type your products or AI names that you use to search information or research article for your study or even for your assignment. Just let me know a little bit. Anyone use such a, not ChatGPT, right? No, not ChatGPT. Because why you don't use ChatGPT? Because ChatGPT doesn't give you sources of information. Let me say that again, because why I teach you information sources or information resources, right? Or try to cite original sources, because ChatGPT cannot provide you sources of information. Don't do that. Um, the AI search that you can use, they must tell you about sources of information, or where do research article come from. Yes. You get the idea now? Yes, you can use AI search tools, but do not use one of them that doesn't provide you or give you sources of information, or where does information come from. So don't use that tools. Yeah, when you find research article. You get it? If you get it, please smile to me. Please smile to me with your icon reaction. โอเคครับ thank you ครับบัว thank you thank you ครับ You will use AI research tools, search tools when your time run out, right? And you have a bad planning of your work. So don't bring yourself to that kind of, pressure situation like that. Okay, ครับ stop. Could be the last one, the last session now, and we'll have a look. And copy, and put on. It's a group activity now. Group activity. Activities. I give you a link. No. Everyone can see the screen now. Just let me know a little bit. Everyone can see the screen now. And you can find the link from my course view, or even the link that I paste on our chat box at the moment. Let me know. โอเคครับ ขอบคุณครับเจดาขอบคุณครับ So this is a very good discussion about how to use AI for your study or for your research. It's a very good thing. Yeah, that's not all wrong. It's just about this discussion, have a critical thinking about AI use, right? AI use. Let me show you before. I mean, this criteria can help you to do a classroom activity together better. How to evaluate your use of AI when you use AI search tool. Yeah. For example, yeah, I use Litmap. Yeah, I confess that I use Litmap. I use Semantic Scholar. Yeah, not ChatGPT at all. So how to evaluate your use of AI? Just ask yourself all of these 5 questions. Right. First, education. What am I supposed to learn from this assignment? A small-scale literature. How is it intended to help me develop my writing or thinking skill, or to better understand the course material? Will a particular use of AI undermine or defeat the purpose of this assignment? Number 2, attribution of credit. Could a particular use of AI tools cause me to take credit for ideas that aren't my own? How might an AI obscure my use of sources or draw on sources that I'm not aware and therefore can't document properly? Number 3, maintaining a scholarly discourse. Academic conversation. Will a particular use of AI help me to build on the ideas of others and express new ideas of my own? Or will it cause me to simply restate ideas that have already been articulated elsewhere? Yes. Number 4, academic integrity or academic honesty. What aspect of this assignment does the instructor expect to be the result of my effort alone? Would a particular use of AI cause me to deceive my instructor into thinking I put intellectual labor into my writing that I did not? Is a particular use of AI likely to produce false data? Yes. False data or information or try to favor you try to favor you as a subscriber, which I would take responsibility for by submitting it under my name. Yes. And the last one, intellectual property. Could a particular use of AI cause me to appropriate text or ideas that aren't owned by other people? Look at the highlight. Finally, if considering this question still leave you unsure about a given use of AI, ask yourself this. If I ask a human being to do the work that this AI is doing for me, would it still be okay? I repeat the statement again. If I ask a human being to do the work that this AI is doing for me, would it still be okay? If the answer is no, or even I'm not sure, then your best bet would be to avoid that use of AI. Yeah, good suggestion, right? Good suggestion. Okay, so now your turn. Let me know you say yes or no for this kind of sample scenarios. Let me finish reading scenario A first, and you can vote me. Okay. Sorry. You can vote. You can. A little bit, sorry. Share. Copy. Okay. This is a link for your votes, for your voting. Or if you have mobile phones, if you have mobile phone, you can scan and share your answer with QR code. You can get access to Mentimeter now. Just let me know now. Yes, yes, that's right ครับ Natasha ครับ yes, that's right. It's the same one in my Crossview ครับ or if you lazy, if you lazy, just click on the link that I provide you on the chat box at the moment, and or scan QR code from Mentimeter. I'm excited to know what kinds of your standing point about AI use in different scenarios. Things 3 scenarios could be enough, right? Because you get tired now from online study. Okay ครับ You ready? Everyone's ready. Just let me know now. Just let me know now before I read the scenario to you first. Okay. Just let me know. You're ready? You get the link or you get QR code for voting your opinions. Let me know. ขอบคุณครับ Okay, you got it. You got it now. And curious to know, what do you think about AI use in each scenario now? Okay, have a look at the first scenario, scenario A. Okay, okay. Scenario A. Let me read it to you first. Or you can read by yourself from that, you know, from that kind of web page. A. Scenario A. A student is extremely insecure about their grammar or writing style. So, for an essay in their history class, they feed the draft into an AI tool that promises to tune their language to make it more formal and academic. The tool makes several dozen changes to the punctuation, sentence structure, and phrasing throughout the draft, returning a new version of the essay that reads to the student as a more polished version, clean version, right, of the essay they wrote. The student then submits the AI polished or clean version of the essay to their instructor with no additional changes on their part. On their part. Yes. So, in other words, the student use AI as an editing tool, and they follow or even, suddenly use the AI clean version and submit it to his teacher. So my questions is, okay, acceptable or unacceptable? Okay, look at that. That's right or wrong. It's just a question that you can use AI or not in this situation. Most of you accept that. Yeah, you use AI like a editing tool, like an editing tool. For sake, you unacceptable. You don't accept. Yeah, for sakes. So yeah, just pause the recording.